Hi everyone, welcome to Cloud Concepts. Today we'll have a detailed overview of shared disk architecture. Shared disk is used to distribute the different cluster nodes with the same storage. In this shared disk, the nodes will be having its own CPU and its own memory. This memory is used to store the metadata information and output of cluster, while CPU is for processing. Let's go through the architecture of the shared disk. So if you see that here, we're having, this is the architecture of the shared disk. And if you see that we're having cluster nodes, it will be cluster 1, it will be cluster 2, it will be cluster 3. And as I mentioned here, for this shared disk will have its own CPU and memory. If you observe that this is the cluster node and it's having the CPU, its own memory, so on, and cluster node 2, it's having CPU, its own memory, its own, and cluster 3, it's having CPU, its own memory, its own. Why I'm mentioning here its own means, as you see that these cluster nodes 1, 2, 3, whether it is having any one storage, is that having? No, there is no its own storage. Own storage means cluster node 3 has to be its own storage. Cluster 2 has to be its own storage. Cluster node it has to be one storage. So, but here is no such type of concept like it is having the same storage. It is having one storage, which is shared storage. Shared storage means what? This storage is sharing with cluster 1, sharing with cluster 2, sharing with cluster 3. So this is called the shared disk. And this shared disk of any cluster can be read or write any portion of data in the present data present in the centralized storage. Here what centralized storage means, this is the same thing that this data is centrally sharing the 1, 2, and 3. Let's talk on the scalability. Scalability of shared data is like, so even if we can easily add one more cluster node here as a cluster 4, but for this also, this is the same layer, storage layer will be sharing the data. It means like this one same storage will be sharing with cluster 4 as well. So like that again, so this storage, single storage will be shared with node 1, node 2, node 3, and node 4. Because if for example, if node 1, node 2, node 3, presently based on this cluster nodes, we're having the data storage space as 1 TB. Let's take example 1 TB. And we added it as cluster 4 again. Then we added again cluster 5. It means like the here nodes is increasing and the storage space also should get increased. So previously for 3 nodes, let's say we have a 1 TB, and if we added another two more nodes and the space is not enough, then we extra increases the size of the storage is 2 TB. That is like can say that performance is also varies, and it will be some disadvantages on this shared disk. As this is the about of shared disk architecture. Let's simplify in clear understanding way of shared disk. For example, we have one multi-cousin restaurant where some non-veg items will be cooked, veg items will be cooked, and Chinese items will be cooked. So these three are the we have chefs. So non-veg chef, veg chef, and Chinese chef. Similarly, you can say is technical manner. Can say here cluster one. The veg item will be cluster two. Chinese item will be cluster three. If you see that here, they have one fridge. So these three chefs, they are using one fridge by sharing. Like the non-veg items will be stored in the same fridge. Veg items will be shared in same fridge. Chinese item will be shared in the same fridge. Means they have one fridge and sharing the all the cooking items in one fridge. So whenever there is a uh, food has been ordered related to the non-veg, so what non-veg chef will do? So he needs some ingredients or cooking items that he wanted to cook. So based on the order, he will go through the storage is what where they has been stored cooking items and ingredients. He will go there and he will cook and he will pick the wanted items and then he will prepare the food and he will serve it. Similarly, the veg will be happen same and Chinese will be happen same. So when two orders came at a time, for example, say a non-veg item got a order and veg item got a order. So these both people will go to uh, the same storage layer, a storage fridge to pick the wanted cooking items. But here it will calculate based on the seconds of to which chef first got the order. Example, 0.001 second compared to veg, a non-veg got order, he will go first and he will pick the wanted cook items. Then if both go at a time, there will be a clumsy and they will be happen clumsy will happen and data and they can't uh, uh, pick the wanted items at a time on the storage. So what will happen? So once the non-veg order got first, then he will go to and will pick the wanted cooking items. Then he will come back. Then veg stuff will go and she will take the cooking items, and then she will come back. This is the process that shared item they will share the data with each other. So that we can say this is like many cooks, one fridge. So they are using there are many cooks, they are using one fridge. So like that manner, we have a shared disk called uh, three clusters, one storage. This is the concept of the shared disk. Hope you have understood. Thanks.